Next up, my notes here. Man, this crazy situation in East St. Louis, man. I'm getting ready to play the news report from it. It is, and this is ground zero. We both from St. Louis, Missouri, and people may not know. Dom is in LA. But East St. Louis is just the other side. It's just the east part of St. Louis that's on the Illinois side. It's all our same area. It's all where we from. So this is all, homegrown stuff.
Is now charged with murdering 5 people as well as cutting off the thumb of one of the victims in a mass shooting in East St. Louis.
All 5 of those killed from the same family. Fox 2's Chris Hayes is live in East St. Louis with these charges and new information about possible motives here. Chris, what can you tell us?
We just got done talking actually to a pastor who knows all 5 family members, and she offered a possible motive for these murders, and you're going to hear from her in a second. But first, prosecutors now acknowledge 2 teens, boyfriend and girlfriend, are responsible for hunting down and killing these family members related to the girl. Prosecutors are now naming the 16-year-old boy, J. Meyer M. Davis. They say the 15-year-old girl is too young to be named. Court records say the murders occurred in 3 parts of East St. Louis, killing family members who ranged in age from 21 years old to 74 years old. Davis is also charged with 1 count of dismemberment for allegedly cutting off the thumb of the 74-year-old. The criminal record includes 12 felony counts that will be handled in adult court. Pastor Mary Young told us just now she knows everyone involved and says the young teen suspects plotted these killings because the family members targeted would not allow the teens to stay with them because the young boy had stolen a gun.
He had gotten put out and that he wanted them to give him a place. She wanted them to let him stay with them or whatever. And now they can't be together. Only one day maybe when they go to court. So I can see those children crying and weeping and screaming every day because they've done something this foolish. Reality has kicked in. People, please, train up your children. I know they've been trained good, but a lot of times they get influenced by other children or whatever the case may be. This should not be.
The St. Clair County Prosecutor's Office is requesting from a judge that the 15-year-old girl's case be moved to a court in the adult courts where we would be able to track it. We will be in court to track the 16-year-old case for sure. Jasmine and Andy.
So, Chris, the pastor just gave a possible motive for the actual shootings. What about this crime of cutting off the thumb of one of the victims?
The court record does not say, but police say that in extreme cases, fingers of dead people are sometimes used to access iPhones.
Oh, it's interesting and disturbing. And you mentioned stealing a gun that was stolen. Are there any charges for that?
Yes. There's a charge for stealing a gun. There's a charge for hijacking and taking a vehicle. There is nothing listed about getting into an iPhone, but these things can later come out in the courtroom, and we'll be there to find out.
All right. Chris Hayes reporting live from East St. Louis. Thank you.
I didn't know that there was a black version of Natural Born Killers.
Niggas. I have a girlfriend that knows one of the victims.
Really?
She lives out here. She was raised in East St. Louis, so she knows one of the victims. And so I'm when we talk about that CERN shit,
mm-hmm.
and we talk about all the craziness and madness that has happened, Jesus. And, that pastor was so fed up, and I felt that, like, train up your child. And I know they were trained because we have to still remember that people have the right to free will. Regardless of how they were raised, we see it all the time that people kind of go crazy and they go off the handles and all this stuff. And it's just really sad and unfortunate because you out here fucking on somebody and you don't have the wherewithal to understand that this person may be a detriment to your not just you, but your family. And clearly here we are. You mad because somebody wouldn't, there's shelters. Does he not have friends?
My thing is,
And why he
like,
get
y'all
kicked
went
out
on a
himself?
spree. Y'all left there and went to go to 3 other locations.
Yes.
So like, what are y'all doing?
And that's what I'm saying. I'm like,
Like I
so
said, it's
you're
Natural Born Killers, like the movie. Have you seen the movie Natural Born Killers?
mm-mm.
Oh, that's why you didn't get it. So that's the one with Woody Harrelson in it, and what's the other young lady? The one that's a Kentucky fan. I can't remember her name.
I've
You got to
heard
see it.
her.
You got to see it though. So it's basically, this is what they thought they were like. It was a couple. She was getting abused by her dad. They kill him, and then they go on a spree of like robbing and killing to try to get away, or whatever.
Okay.
And that's the whole. It's like a like a Bonnie and Clyde type of feel.
Okay.
For it, but it's a flip at the end with it and everything that you got to check out. And Tommy Lee Jones is in this to be funny.
Oh, now that's funny. Okay, so
Juliette Lewis.
Juliette Lewis. That's what I was like.
Yes.
Juliette Lewis. Rodney Dangerfield's in it.
Yeah, she plays her dad. He plays her dad.
Is he the comedic relief?
Yes, but it's like not. It's comedic, but it's like not. It's like weird.
Oh, Robert Downey Jr. is in it. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This is a classic. I'm surprised you haven't seen this.
Yeah, Harry from Sex and the City is in here.
Yeah,
okay.
You gotta see this. This is good. This is a classic. Like, so like, remember, I don't know if you remember at one point, there was a lot of copycat people doing this shit after this movie came out. It was like a lot of couples trying to be on some national, because it's a real romanticized, it's a love story too. You know what I mean? So, and it's Oliver Stone. You know Oliver Stone is with his shit, and he was really doing a commentary on some other shit. Not necessarily like that. So when you see it, you're gonna be like, oh, he's talking about this. He's using that couple as a discussion on other different things going on in the world.
Yeah. I think it's just unfortunate, and that's what I'm saying. Like, we have to have. This is gonna sound crazy, but when we have conversations surrounding intimacy, when we talk about sex, all of that, we already, like, Stone Cold Freeze, we've talked about how sex is still very taboo. We don't talk about it in our community, but this is one of the reasons why, because we talk about energies being transferred, and you don't really understand that until you are much older. Like, sometimes when you lay down with certain people, certain types of people, filth in particular, how it permeates the space and throws your mind off. Like, you're not able to function and think properly, because of the situation that you're in. And then trying to explain that to, like, like certain men or whatever, I'm like, you never had sex with somebody and afterwards you just felt like you need to be baptized. Like, it was a heavy energy. Like, why is this like this? Because somebody's spirit is off. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm interested to how the prosecution or the defense is going to play this for the young girl. Because, I mean, I would think that at this point you would have to have a public defender, because everybody that that would even probably vouch for you or help you is dead.
Unless you get somebody random that want to do a pro bono thing.
Yeah, pro bono, just to help their career out. But I would be interested to see how they would spin that, because we talk about those character letters, people having to come in and speak to her character before. How was she before she met this guy? How long has she been dating this guy? And then having to pull his family in, or alleged friends, because clearly you don't have no friends, because you didn't have nobody else you could go to.
But it's because there was a rumor, and I'm gonna look it up and make sure. And I believe the stepfather saw the text messages or something.
Now, is the stepfather one of the people that got killed?
No.
Okay.
It said the 15-year-old was that Marcus May stated that the family had been formed of a group chat where his daughter and his boyfriend allegedly discussed killing family members prior to the attacks. So like I said, the 15-year-old daughter, her stepfather, saw the group chat about that. You need to holler at somebody about that. Not thinking it's funny. Even if it's not, even if it is, it's like, hey man, what's going on with that thing? No, even if it's fun, I need to know what's going on with this.
Yep.
Because I mean, people play around, but if you happen to see that, you need to check, especially with a 15-year-old.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, but when you tell people, or people see stuff, they just There are certain people that just don't want to believe it or get involved to do the work that it does to prevent certain situations from happening. You know what I mean? Like I have seen I've seen it, and then it makes it easier for them to blame other people too. Though you were presented with the information. It's like, no, but then at the end of the day, this is still your problem because and you could have taken the reins and you could have prevented this from happening. Like if that comes out, is if that's true, nigga, the stepdaddy need to do some time because you're an accessory.
Yeah. Yeah. Look, and low key, it's it's some insufficient daddying going on too here.
Dude.
Because the idea, and I mean this, and I try to step back and I try to give grace in these situations because I don't know, you know, I do my best I can with Xander, man, and trying to give her and be a father, not but be a father to her. And I would hate that she would trust a nigga that much that she would just believe in somebody else so much at that young of an age. You know what I mean? Like where she knew understanding right from wrong and things like that, where this nigga can manipulate her that much, if that makes sense.
You know, it's
And I know some girls are. I mean, maybe I know there's girls in this situation that have had a great father and been around and had that happen to them.
but a
I
lot of
wonder
that,
if that's the minority more than the majority.
yeah, I would say a lot of that comes from just like similarly where we talk about the situation with Chloe, where it's like the confidence, like your confidence being so in the gutter, where you are allowing people to come in and just use you, you know? So
Yeah.
that comes to like part of raising a child is instilling confidence in them.
Oh, hold on. I got a breaking news. Breaking news. Breaking news. Got the post from the mother. Just posted something about her son. It says, "What I'm not going to do." Okay. All right. I got to get ready for this. Okay. What I'm not going to do is go back and forth with nobody about who my child related to or anything else. Yes, Jameer is my son. No, my son was not related to the family. No, I didn't put my son out. He was reported it's run as
Missing?
a runaway. No, the
Oh,
weapon stolen didn't belong to me. Instead of playing Facebook detectives and conspiracy agents, how about praying for the family, letting them grieve, and not keep seeing to to to
she
down.
didn't she didn't proofread. She was
Yeah,
upset,
yeah,
y'all.
yeah. It's all good. I'm not gonna hold this against her. They timeline because they helped here because you heard her say, "We not gonna point fingers. They both were coming but both was wrong as fuck and also selfish. I'm not going to justify my son's choices, but the child that committed this isn't the child I raised. Everyone is entitled to an opinion, and that's fine. I, along with her mother, reported these kids on several occasions. Her mother made the report and made me aware of the situation, and I made the report as well. All we got was an incident report number. I decided I didn't go follow up because they have two because these two always run away because it's occurred this matter of times. I didn't know what to do. If we reported these kids armed and dangerous we reported these kids armed and dangerous last week and proper
Yeah.
action had been taken, we probably wouldn't be here today. And there's some more she says, but um, you know,
Damn. I mean, so at least they did report. At least
and,
at least the mother.
and I give her credit though for not being like my baby, like
Yeah.
for my
And I
baby.
appreciate her honesty. So, like I said, it's gonna be interesting to see how this plays out. We will definitely be watching this closely for sure. But this is definitely sad.
Yeah,
And
it's
knowing that they did file, especially if they filed reports and they can pull
yep.
like, because here's the thing. It's one thing to go. I'm like, y'all are y'all now the police department gonna play because we know that East St. Louis tends to have a corrupt
Tens. What do you mean tens?
allegedly.
Yeah.
That's our favorite word over here is
Yeah.
allegedly.
Mm-hmm.
This is interesting, especially if they did, because I would have thought that because they reported them as runaways, we reported reports of like typical, potential violent behavior, but because they probably hadn't really done anything, it wasn't like we could call them to pick them up for to send this to like a juvenile detention center. So I'm interested in how that goes, but this is definitely sad.
And you ride to 3 different locations.
3 different locations.
And a part of what she's saying, I feel, is cap though too. Though I'm not gonna hold this young lady, but yo, man, at some point, where's the responsibility you as a parent? At some point, you was letting Jameer do whatever the fuck he want to do.
Yeah.
And I'm just keeping it real, and that's the feeling I'm getting, because now if he has some mental issues, then that's a different thing we need to discuss. But in general, Jameer, if outside of having mental issues, his mother let him get away with a lot of shit, probably.
Yeah, no, that's for sure. That's for sure.
She probably
Or
was too nice to
sometimes,
him,
I mean, I don't
getting
know
him
when,
the Xbox
but also
when he
here's
got
the
bad
thing.
grades,
Or it's just that you can no longer control your child. And it might not even be a situation where it's like, oh, you were rewarding bad behavior. Like sometimes, especially when kids hit a certain age, like you need more grounded men in your life.
Mhm.
And he could have been running, kind of running amok. That could be a situation here too.
This one's sad, man. This one is sad.
And 5 people lost their lives.
And like, yo, and it's your
And
family.
y'all,
As the
not
young lady,
5, 7.
this is your family. Even though he may get locked up forever, he can still see his mama, still
Yep.
see his brothers and sisters.
Yep.
You can't though.
Yep. It's gonna be lonely. Gonna be lonely back there.
Man. All right, our last topic, Dom. Bam Abiano.
Adebayo.
Adebayo. What am I doing today? I can't read. I can't talk. I can't do shit.
I can't read. I can't do nothing.
Hey y'all, if you like what you see here on Everyone Needs an Aquarius, be sure to hit that button right there. It'll take you to more clips, and be sure to like, subscribe, and share our podcast. See you back next time.